The Uber executive trash team got exposed by a local TV news station in San Fran. How freaking embarrassing to be caught in all these endless lies. What type of reputation, what type of people are we dealing with here? The bottom of the barrel, folks. Just trash people that will go to any length to con good, hard-working people. Dara Khosrowshahi was caught with his panties down. Nelson Chai was caught with his panties down. Jill Hazelbaker was caught with her boxer shorts down. Nikki Krishna Murphy was caught with her boxer shorts down. Tony West was caught with his panties down. Gus Fultner was caught with his panties down. Pierre Dimitri Gore Cody was caught with his panties down. Sandeep Jain was caught with his panties down by these local stations. Andrew MacDonald was caught with his panties down. Bo Young Lee was caught with her boxer shorts down. Let's jump into the story, having a little bit of fun here. But you know what, folks? We have to expose this trash, right? We have to show the world how these people operate, because this is how they operate. Get together. Okay, how can we con these people? How can we extract money? How can we make money until they maybe catch us? You know, most of the times we get away with it, and that's why I'm hoping and praying that some bold employees come forward as whistleblowers or call up the New York Times and Washington Post and say, hey, we have more information for you. Be bold, be brave, step forward and expose this trash, right? Because they do things and get away with it to a certain point. Then they get nailed with their panties down or with their boxer shorts down. Then we expose them in the media. And then they say, oh, we're going to correct that. We're going to make these rights wrong. We're going to settle this lawsuit. Make it go away. You guys are trash. You guys are trash. I've exposed you enough times, and I'll keep on doing it because there's still so many skeletons in that Uber closet that we don't know of. It's just the shit happens daily, right? And these guys wonder. These guys wonder why their stock is worth trash. Because trash is running the company. That's why your stock price is trash. They're wondering why the culture of Uber is so toxic and people are leaving and they don't want to work for Uber anymore and they don't want to drive. It's because the executive team is trash, folks. Got to start believing me here, man. I've called so many things right, 90% of the time. Even Proposition 22, I told the people exactly how it would play out, and what I said was true to the word at the time. So a lot of this stuff is coming out now, and the good thing is that there are still little local stations or reporters conducting their work and exposing this trash, right? And it starts on top with the BSO, the bullshitting officer, Dara Khosrowshahi, and all his little minions, right? All these little minions that bow down to him because they only do one thing. They blow the investors. They don't care a crap about you, right? They sitting there brainstorming in the office. How can we have support, Uber support? Screw the drivers. How can we have the programmers? Screw the drivers. But, how can we have the legal team skirt the laws? You get the picture, right? So Uber showed drivers lower fares than passengers, blames California law it supported. They supported this law. They wrote this law. Oh no, now we're going to blame the law that we put into effect. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny, folks? Ride-hailing company says it will change the practice after local news site reporting which showed fees added to support Proposition 22 changes were withheld from San Francisco drivers. Now, this is a San Francisco driver. This is a San Francisco paper that and these guys and the trash team says, well, we're going to make these changes in California. What they didn't say is that we are going to actually change these practices for the rest of the country. So mark my words. Here's just in the legal language. Yep, yeah, we're gonna make sure we get these practices right now for Californians, but we're gonna keep on effing over the rest of the country and the other drivers worldwide. So you see that'll be the next story. That'll be another little local station in Oklahoma City or in Austin, Texas, conducting their surveys, exposing the trash team, and then it starts all over again. Oh, we're gonna keep to the practices, and we're gonna abide by the practices in Austin or Oklahoma City, until you get caught with your panties down or with your boxer shorts down. So it's just sad. It's just another sad day at the Uber headquarters, and thank God we have.
Uber showed drivers lower fares
Report.
than passengers, blames California law it supported.
Really?
By Levi Sumagazi.
Thank you.
July 23rd, 2021, 9:49 p.m. Eastern Time.
Really?
Uber Technologies Incorporated acknowledged Friday it had been showing drivers lower fares than what riders actually paid and promised to change the practice,
Link
which
below.
it attributed to a California law the company spent tens of millions of dollars to support. Uber made the change after San Francisco news site Mission Local reported that drivers in the city were consistently shown a lower fare than what riders are actually paying, raising issues of transparency for drivers who want to know how much of a cut Uber takes from each ride.
That's exactly right.
Uber spokesman Matthew Wing confirmed with MarketWatch that the practice would change and said that California riders and drivers were seeing different amounts because of fees added due to Proposition 22, the ballot initiative that a majority of the state's residents passed in November.
Oh, so that
Uber,
gives them the
Lyft
green light to
Incorporated,
F
and other
people
gig
over.
companies spent more than $200 million to support Proposition 22, which promised certain new benefits to drivers in order to bypass a state law that required them to treat drivers as employees instead of independent contractors. Uber is passing on the costs of those new benefits, which include guaranteed earnings equivalent to 120% of the minimum wage during drivers' engaged or booked time, health stipends for some drivers, and more to riders, which is why they see a higher price for the ride than drivers do,
That's their excuse,
Wing
right?
said. For more gig workers to see pay changes, customers to see higher prices after Prop 22. On the driver receipts, they were not being shown those fees, Wing said. They were just being shown the amount of the fare that they were getting a cut from. Uber will start showing the same information
now
to
they'll
riders
start.
and drivers starting next week,
Trash
he
team
said.
will start.
Advocacy group Gig Workers Rising on Friday scoffed at Uber's explanation. If this discrepancy was truly just about the Prop 22 benefits fee, why refuse transparency? Said Lauren Casey, lead organizer at Gig Workers Rising. Casey also pointed to driver complaints that many of them haven't been able to benefit from Proposition 22.
Correct.
For example, drivers who are on medical, the state's health insurance program for low-income individuals and families, are not eligible for the health care stipends. See Uber, Lyft drivers say new California law isn't solving their health care needs. Uber and Lyft say they have already paid out millions of dollars in guaranteed earnings and health care stipends since Proposition 22 was passed last year. Wing explained that the rates riders see are what they agree to pay for the ride, but drivers' pay is determined by factors beyond base rate and distance, like how long a ride takes, which can vary. The Mission Local story includes questions about
Thank you,
Uber's
Mission
take
Local.
rate,
Thank
what
you.
percentage of a ride's cost the company is getting versus how much drivers are earning. Uber has said its take rate is about 25%, but according to calculations by that story's reporter, the driver's average take rate was about 56%, meaning the company's take rate averaged about 44%. The take rate on individual trips currently doesn't include driver incentives, so it doesn't comprehensively show how much the driver is earning on a trip nor give a full picture of how much Uber drivers are really earning, Uber's Wing said. As demand for rides rebounds, both companies say drivers nowadays are making an average of more than $30 an hour in top markets, excluding tips. Drivers who went on a one-day strike this week, though, told MarketWatch that their earnings have declined. See Uber and Lyft drivers strike for a day. Lyft said this week that it provides drivers a weekly breakdown of their earnings, deductions, what riders pay, and where that money goes.
Hey, Trash Team. right? Took a little local station to expose these trashters that I just called out. Now Uber says that it will be more transparent with drivers about the full cost. So now you're going to be transparent because you got caught out, right, Dara? Isn't it embarrassing? Isn't it crazy, ladies and gentlemen, that when we bust them with their panties or their boxer shorts down, they become transparent. But they said they're only going to be transparent in California. You've got to read between the lines, folks. They don't have to be transparent in the rest of the country. The company was telling drivers it took a much smaller commission per ride than it actually was. So all this BS about 25%. Turns out it's 56%, Dara. Here we go. The lies, the endless lies, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, under Travis, under Dara, lies upon lies, Tony West lies, Krishna Murphy lies, Chan lies. All of the lies, folks, have caught up, right? And you wonder why your stock price is so pathetic, right? It's the culture. It's the toxic culture. Riders now hate you. Drivers now hate you, right? I would leave the company. There are going to be some pissed off people out there, right? You never know. You never know. There's some really, really pissed off drivers out there. So I'm just saying. When you order an Uber, you see the price you're going to pay for the ride on your phone, but the driver, it turns out, sees something entirely different. Up until now, drivers have seen a different fare price, leaving them in the dark about what percentage Uber is taking for itself. But that practice will soon be changing, at least in California. They want to comply. Last week, San Francisco news outlet Mission Local, we love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Published an investigation. They took the time and they paid the money to investigate the shenanigans of the trash team, right? Of the Uber garbage team into Uber's pricing, and found a large gap between the fare quoted to the passenger and fare quoted to the driver. In one example, a driver saw his rate of $11.47, an Uber commission of 44 cents, and a city fee of 59 cents, totaling $12.50 for the rider. But the passenger actually paid $15.79, a $3.73 difference, well above the 44-cent service commission Uber told the driver it was taking. Now, Dara, a few weeks ago, you openly lied in your Twitter account and said that was not the case, right? Do you want to retract that? Do you want to delete that tweet? Do you want to delete that lie? Or do you want to keep on walking around with your panties down, right? Because we're going to keep on exposing you, fool. That's what we do. Now, in response to the article, Uber says, so this is their response, it will change the practice in California starting the week of July. We will comply. We will comply, told Mission Local. We have changed our policy, trying to be good boys. And drivers will now see the driver benefits and market fees we lied about, which were previously only shown to riders. Uber did not clarify. Here we go now. What did they not clarify? Uber did not clarify whether it would expand this policy to other states. I said that, right? I said that. They're not going to do this in other states. This is about California. They're going to keep on doing the same old crap in the other states. Drivers who Mission Local spoke to say the transparency will help them understand the true economics of driving with Uber and demand more from the company. So, again, back to the garbage team. Dara, Nelson, Jill, Nikki, Tony, Gus, Pia, Sandeep, Bo Young, Andrew. I ask you guys, and there's many other trash executives on the team. These are just the seniors. I'm asking you, when? Please answer this in one of my feeds, or call me, or come on a show. When are you willing to speak the truth? When are you willing to move from lies to truth, right? Because that's all you've been doing for years, is lie, lie, lie. until you get caught. So I'm asking you, at what point, what date are you willing, all of you trash executives, when are you willing to start telling people, drivers, riders, the media, the truth? Are you able to answer me? That's my question to you. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Have a great day, everyone. Have an awesome weekend. Be safe. Hug your loved ones. Hug your kids. Take your wife out for dinner. Do something cool, right? Let's get through this pandemic together. Like and subscribe to my channel. I tell it as it is. I expose the trash, folks. You know that. I am not afraid of exposing these trashters. So subscribe to my channel, and I'll have a lot of cool stories still to come. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that phone call or that email. Randall, one of the attorneys that works for the liar, for the trash guy, Tony, you have my number. Text me and let me know when you guys are willing to speak and tell the truth.